Hey basketball players and coaches, today I'm going to talk to you about how you can beat a 2-2-1 press defense. Let's get down to the clipboard and let's check this out. Okay, so first off, how do we run a 2-2-1 so that we know how to beat the 2-2-1? So for one, basically these two front players, the defense is obviously the red. They are trying to cut off the middle and force the ball handler towards the sideline so that the secondary defenders can then trap along the sideline. Now, what press defenses try to do is they try to trap along the sideline, and then if you're playing against a team that I coach, whenever I coach again, because obviously I'm really busy right now, then what we have is a trap at the half court line. Now, why do I get my players to trap there? The reason is because now we have the ability to now trap that player at the sideline, so he cannot obviously go over the sideline or else it's out of bounds. He cannot obviously go back over half because that's over and back, which is another turnover. So I always get my players to trap right there. Now, if they have a chance to trap along the sideline anywhere, I will give it to them and say trap there. But I have a main goal to trap along the sideline. So what does this tell us? We should never dribble the ball up the sidelines unless that is to bait the defense over so that we can pass it to somebody going up the middle. And that is the strategy today. So the strategy that we're going to be running today is once we get that inbounds pass, we're going to try and get it somewhere in the middle. This inbounding player needs to go over towards this side, and player 2 needs to then go into the middle once that pass goes. Because what's going to happen now is player 1 and 2, they're going to be trapping and I should say double teaming to try and force that ball towards the sideline. Now, what I like to do is to bring that other guard that never got that ball, I like to try and bring him and get him towards the middle of a 2-2-1. You always want to go in the middle. Always. This is the most deadliest spot on the court, and the reason for that is if we can get a pass to player 2, that's going to be then collapsing these two players in because they don't want to allow that ball to get past half. That's going to be then backing up player 5 red, and now these two players need to be sprinting back to try and cut off the sideline. Now, what's going to happen here, that takes from here to here and here to here, takes a good 1, 2, sometimes even 3 seconds. So during that time, we're going to have these sideline players who are here to get that ball and to take 1 to 2 dribbles towards the middle of the court or towards at least the 3-point line. Now, we would like to try and keep our dribble as much as we can, but if they get really pressured and they're not very good ball handlers, generally these two players are going to be your bigger players on the court, then what I tell them is to pick up the ball, know which pivot foot is their pivot foot, do not travel, and try to make a good pass to somebody who is a better ball handler. But if you've got a team that has good ball handlers all the way around, then this player could even go up top and then set up your offense even. Now, another strategy that you could run, which is very similar to the last, is we can have a line of 2 players here, still have our players along the sideline here. We can have a screen up to player 2. Player 2 then would pop down. Player 3 would then inbound the ball to player 2, and after this screen, we would have player 1 rolling towards the free throw line or the point, somewhere in that area. The reason for this is because now we have a good ball handler here and hopefully a good ball handler here. At the same time, I want to see player 3, instead of going across the court, what I want to see him doing is going up the sideline here. Now, the reason behind this is if player 2 did catch up and player 1 is covering player 1 blue here, then what we're going to have is player 3 going up that sideline, and I want to see player 4 moving down just a bit. I want to see player 2 pass to player 3. I really do not want to see any more than 1 dribble. I want to see a quick pass. And the pass has to go to either player 4 or to player 1 in the middle of the court. That is the strategy here. If both of these players are covered, whether it be from player 4 getting on to player 3, player 5 moving over, we really want to look for the long pass to player 5 because he's going to be wide open. Now this is a rarity. I don't want to see that being number 1 option. What I want to see as the number 1 option is player 1, number 2 option is player 4, and then the third and final option is the long pass to player 5, which will usually result in a quick layup. But again, I've said this in previous videos, if your basketball court has a volleyball court painted over top, that's roughly what the volleyball court would look like. Try to get the ball at least 90% of the time in a press defense or against a press defense. Keep it within that volleyball court. I hope that these strategies help you beat 2-2-1 press defenses. If they do, hit that like button and subscribe. These should be easy enough to run with most teams, and I'll see you guys again in my next video. Make sure to also check out my Unbeatable basketball defense and perimeter basketball defense books down in the description below.